What do you think about the animals leaving Yellowstone?
Animals foretell what's happening because they can feel the environment. So when you have bears who are solitary animals, and you have mountain lions who are solitary, leave their natural feeding grounds that generations have fed in, and antelopes are leaving, there's grass all over the grounds. Why are antelope leaving? So what's happening is there's an electromagnetic shift that's happening, and the animals are sensing it, and it's affecting every part of the ecosystem. For example, bees are inexplicably dying all over the world, and if bees die, the human family dies. Now, birds are falling out of the air. But then look to the oceans. Right now, there are these fish, they call them lancet fish, and oarfish, that live hundreds of meters into the ocean floor, near the ocean floor. And these fish never come up to the surface. And all of a sudden they're coming up and they're beaching themselves all over the world. That's a harbinger of things to come, because the animals are sensing a shift in the electromagnetic frequency. Now look at all the weather anomalies. All of the anomalies, just before we are airing this, there is a 7.3 earthquake that just took place in the coast of Alaska. It just happened, just like 30 minutes before the filming of this. Now, couple that with all the other earthquakes that's been taking place, and it leads you to something called a ring of fire. And the ring of fire goes all the way from Chile, and it comes up through Chile, through California, and then across to Japan and the Philippines, going through Alaska. And if you have magnitudinal quakes like that, eventually what that means is that the pressure is building up so much that there's going to be what's called a cascade effect. Do you know what a cascade effect is?
I don't know what it's
Think about dominoes. When one domino hits another domino, which hits another domino, it starts the cascading effect. They will continue to fall. So when those volcanoes start erupting, including the one in Mount Rainier, which is right now erupting in the United States, it can cause cataclysmic circumstances. Yellowstone is a super volcano. A super volcano will cover the entire state of Wyoming in dark ash. And people might say, well, gosh, I live in New York or Texas, southern Texas. I have nothing to worry about. Yes, you do, because the volcanic ash will eventually spread all over the planet. You could literally have a temperature drop of as much as 10 degrees. Now, that may not sound like much, but I can tell you it'll affect the crops, it'll affect the food supply. It could be what you might call a biblical event. Okay? So it's pretty serious.
So is this a prediction of the Bible?
Well, here's the interesting thing. There have been not just the Bible, but the Vedic literatures. The Vedic literature called this the age of Kali Yuga. And they believed that there would be a time of light that would be coming. But darkness had been upon us, and the time of light is coming. There's also the beliefs in the Hopi tribe. The Hopi tribe considered this a time of awareness, and that there would be an ascension in mankind's trajectory. The same was said by the Mayans. Most people believed falsely that the Mayan calendar that said that the world ended in 2012 took it literally. So people mistakenly thought that the Mayans were predicting the end of the world in 2012. And technically it wasn't the end of the world in 2012, it was the end of an era, and that a new age would be ushered in. So when we talk about religious traditions, most people are familiar with the Bible. So in the book of Matthew, 24th chapter, the apostles asked, what will be the sign of the end of the system of things? And Jesus said, nations will rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. There'll be food shortages and earthquakes.